Hello, guys. Welcome to Rezo Edge VFX. I'm your host, John O'Hary. Today we're going to be taking a look at the texturing process, how to texture your models in Blender. All right. So we have added materials the last time. So we're going to look at how to texture things and the various texturing techniques that we have and how to get it done properly in Blender. All right. So let's go immediately. All right, so welcome to Blender 4.1, and so we're going to be working on textures today. You'll be learning how to texture something, okay? That's like basic texturing. So for us to do this, we're going to go back. Let me open our last project, the one we worked with a mobile phone, right? So this is where we had to create the phone, okay? If you recall, this is where we actually stopped. And it's looking like this, right? All right. So we're going to have to make this look like a proper iPhone, something like this, something like one of these, probably this. Okay. So we're going to texture it. So what are we going to do? We'll need to put the Apple logo here. Texturing is actually bringing in the details that makes this thing a realistic object. Okay. So the details are like we'll have this Apple logo, and we'll have the lens, right now you see it has no lens, and we'll have the detail of the flashlight here, and we'll finally have the screen. That's what we'll be doing. Okay, putting the details there. Those are the textures. All right, fantastic. So let's quickly get into it. So we'll start from the Apple logo at the back side here. All right, let's go back to this solid view and click here. Go make sure you're on texture so you can see any texture on your solid view here. All right, so we'll have to select, go to tab, edit, and we want to work on this Apple thing here. So what do? We have to unwrap this. There's something called unwrap. Now, if you want to texture something, texturing means just taking an image. You have two types of textures. We have what we call procedural textures. These are the ones that you create from scratch, step by step inside your software digitally. You create it digitally step by step using some node groups, and those ones are all digital. And we have the PBR textures. PBR means physically based textures. These are the ones you use images to create. Okay, those ones are more photorealistic, but it has its own disadvantages as well, because in a long term you start dealing with a lot of memory issues. Okay, because you have to use high-end images and all that. Whereas the other one doesn't have the memory issues thing, but it's not as realistic as a photorealistic physically based render. Okay, so let's go. So we're going to be using the photo, all right, the PBR, because that is like one of the industry standard. And for that to happen, you're going to unwrap this model. Okay, unwrapping means you're going to just cut it out, cut it to become flat, because the images you're using are flat images. Okay, so you have to cut it to be flat to be able to paste those images on it and wrap it back. Okay, so there is an automatic way Blender does this. All right, you can press A, select everything, but first of all, click on this area of your screen, drag and create another window here. Change this to UV editor. Okay, so right now you can see this is the default way it was wrapped before we had to start modeling and cutting a lot of things into it. So this is not proper. So this is going to show you how you have unwrapped it as a flat image, as a flat surface, so you can put your texture on it. So the automatic way Blender does it is, once you have pressed A to select everything, press U. U means unwrap. Press U, you see some options comes out here. Don't select this, use Smart UV unwrap. Okay, Smart UV unwrap. If you click on Smart UV unwrap, just leave everything as the way they are and press OK. Blender automatically unwraps everything like that. I can see it has brought out all the faces. This is a face, you see. So these are different faces. These are different faces. You can see them. So it has been unwrapped here. Okay, fantastic. So this is how it is. Now, the next thing is we are going to paint, get this Apple logo and get it come here. So, but by the way, when it comes to texturing, we have to go back to our Remember, these are materials that we created last time, metallic and phone screen that we created. Then you click on this, go back to shader editor. Shader editor, this is where you control textures and materials and all. Press N to close the side panel. Okay, then zoom this in. Now, textures actually will work with nodes. Okay, we're going to be creating nodes for it. Now, what we need to do is we are going to switch to this. We're going to switch to. Okay, we're going to first of all add an image texture here. Okay, so we're going to go to add, click add, go to texture, select image texture, click on it, bring it in here, and connect this to this. All right, and there's nothing here yet, so but you're going to click on new. Okay, you want to create a new texture because you want to paint this, or you know what, let's delete all this. Let's delete all this. Okay, delete all this, go to add, delete everything and go to add, then go to shader. All right, then go to glossy shader. Add glossy because this is a metallic surface. Okay, so glossy is what you use, glossy shader, and you connect it to here, to the surface here. All right, remember this is for metallic. Glossy shader to the surface, and for you to see what you're doing, you can come here. I use the middle mouse to hold and drag it. So I'll click on this to see what I'm doing. I can as well leave the edit mode since I'm done. Click tab, go to objects. All right, so you want this color to be the original color, so you click on this and you can use the eyedropper to select this color as the color you're looking for. So it gives that color. Then you reduce the roughness so that it's not too rough. Let it just, because it's metallic. Okay, so make it like maybe 0.25. all right, so it's a little bit shiny and all. And now next thing you're going to do is you're going to press shift D to duplicate, shift and D to duplicate it. Okay, and you are going to go ahead and press add, go to add, and go to shader and select mix shader. Okay, then you're going to mix this, you're going to mix it with this, then you're going to put it into the surface. Now what we're asking is, what we're doing that is that we want this to be the normal color, but we're going to put the Apple logo here. We're going to paint the Apple logo on this one. All right, so but before you paint the logo on it, you are going to go to add, go to texture, go to image texture, and click, just keep an image texture because that is the image you're going to paint on this. Then create a layer, like a new texture for it by pressing new, and call it Apple logo. Then you can increase these dimensions. They are 1024 by 1024, make it times 2, right? Times 2, it makes it 248 by 248 times 2. This is like the resolution of what the texture you're creating. You can do 4K or whatever if your system can carry it, but this is a tutorial, so we'll stick with this. Make sure alpha is selected and leave every other thing. Okay, change this color to white. Okay, because the text, what we're going to be painting is going to be a black Apple logo we'll use, so make it white. Then press new image. Okay, fantastic. Now all you do is you take this and connect to the color, to this second glossy. Okay, but you see nothing happens here, right? Sorry, not connected to the color, connect it to the roughness. Okay, nothing happens. All right, good. That's what we want. Now we are going to come to the top here, change this, then click on this tab where it said paint, texture paint, so that Blender takes you to a whole new page where it's all about texture painting. Now you come here, this is where you paint your logo. Okay, so when you come here, press 1 to go to orthographic mode, and click on this spanner on top here, then go down. This is where you paint. Okay, come down here, select texture here, make sure this spanner is selected. If you're not seeing this, click on this spanner for you to see all this. All right, not this, but this. Then go to texture here, then click new, and click on this last icon. And the new texture is you have to go to open. Don't click new, click open. All right, then you go to your system and find where you downloaded the Apple logo. All right, we had it downloaded. We downloaded a transparent one. Okay, download the PNG of it, a transparent one. I use the black one. You can use any one you want, but it has to be transparent. Then you select it and go to open. Good. Now you have to change this from single image. So no, just leave it. What you are done like this is fine. Then go back to this spanner, then come here. You see it appears here. Then change this from view plane to stencil. All right, if you leave it as view plane, if you just come and start drawing, you see it, you start appearing as many. It's not what you want. Okay, Control Z, change it to stencil. Okay, and come here, it shows up here. Then click on, you see it's stretched out, so click on image aspect to correct it, and it becomes normal shape. Now you are going to use your right mouse button to click and drag it to where you want it to be. Your right mouse button, yeah. Then to reduce the size so that you can be able to paint it here, come to this size and reduce all this. This is X, Y, and Z. Reduce all of them to be the same number. Okay, sorry, increase them. The more you increase it, the more smaller the Apple logo is. Let me make it like 3, 3, 3. I'm pressing tab to go to the next ones. Okay, there you see it's there, but it's still big for me. I can make it 4, 4, 4. Okay, and it's still there, so I can come closer and it's like that. So hold shift and position your stuff well, okay. If you like this, you can use the right mouse button on your mouse to click and align it where you want it. All right, and now when you're okay, just go ahead and click and draw this. Okay, paint it there, and leave it. All right, paint it and leave it. Now if you run into a problem where you are seeing some things, by the way, change this to view pane. If you are seeing it weird like this, it's from your UV. Okay, it's from your UV. Control Z and clear it off. So click here, go to edit mode, and make sure you're on face select these areas, and select everything, and see if okay, you know what, select this area, press C to select all these back areas that you want this thing to be. In fact, these areas that you want this thing to be, the back side where you want the Apple logo to be faced. Okay, now if you look at that, select all this again. Maybe it's interlooping, is actually, you know, interlocking with something here. Oh, sorry. Okay, now we know the problem. You see, initially we had the mirror modifier and it's still on. We are supposed to go ahead and you know, apply this mirror modifier. Okay, if not, we are still dealing with, remember, if I off this, we are only dealing with one part of this. This is just the mirror. This side is just the mirror, so it's not real yet. So we're only having one side. So we need to go out of edit mode, go to objects, and apply the mirror that we use the modeling. Okay, apply it at this point. Then go back to your edit mode, and you have to unwrap again. Okay, press U, Smart UV Projects, and okay to unwrap again. Okay, now you see it has unwrapped again properly. All right, fantastic. Now we can go back to our texture. Click here, go back to texture paint, press 1, orthographic mode, click back on this, and change this to stencil. All right, then bring it back to where you want it, and just paint the particular apple you want. By the way, if you want to reduce your brush size, press F, click on F, and bring your mouse in a little and click to go out. Good. Then you can now go ahead and paint the particular apple you want. All right, it responds better now. All right, and you see it's actually, you know, appears where you want it to on your UV. So you can see it appears here. Okay, remove stencil, go back to view plane so it doesn't obstruct you. So you have painted the apple on the back of your phone. That is one thing. And the other one, come here, press N, go to image. If you come to this place, press N, and to bring out the side panel, go to image, then to ask you to save this, because right now it's only saved on your RAM. So that's how you might be able to do one or two things, and it might just disappear. Okay, so go to here and press save, and it asks you where do you want to save this single image. You just call it Apple logo, just press save as, save it in wherever location you want, and press save as. Okay, and it's done. Then we can go back to change leave the texture paint area. You can go back to our layouts where we were before. You can see the Apple logo is here, right? Because this logo, this image you created was automatically, the Apple logo that we painted was on this image, okay? And it was plugged into the roughness of this, and that is why we have it here. You can see it's reflecting just like these other ones are reflecting. Fantastic. All right, that is the first texture I've applied. Now the next texture is going to be for the, okay, let's do the screen. Let's do the screen. So come back here, click on this, and you see this principles BSDF. Okay, sorry for that. So you're going to add an image to the screen. Okay, so the screen is already unwrapped, so you just have to go to your system where you have the image you want. I have this image I want to use for the screen, so I'll click on it, drag it, okay, drag it, and this is a shorter cut of bringing any image into Blender. Drag it into this node area, not here, but into this node area, and leave it. It automatically imports an image for you here. Okay, so all you need to do is take the image and plug it into the base color of the screen. Okay, plug it there, and you start to see what we have a little bit, right? But it's not much, because for a screen to show something, it has to emit light, right? Good. So this is where you come to emission in this. Click on emission. Now this socket is open for it, so take this same color and take it and plug it to this color here, and it still doesn't change much, right? So all you need to do is increase the strength. Okay, make it 1, at least it emits up to 1. All right, if you want your phone to emit more, you can increase the power there. You can make it 2 or whatever if you want your phone to emit more. So you see we have the phone actually emitting something. Okay, so this is the screen is good, and you can see the reflections are there already because of the last time we actually added the weight, the transmission weight, okay, and the roughness to be 0.03. That's what the reflection is still there. Fantastic. Now let's go back to the lens, and we'll adjust some things here. So this is the lens. Now for this, the metallic is this. Remember we created these materials the last time, so the metallic is this one, but you want to change the glass. All right, the glass is this. Okay, so but for that to happen, we are going to the same thing, because we have let's press tab, go to edit. You see that the glass is already selected. Okay, we did this last time to select the glass. Press Alt A to deselect. If you come here and select, it selects this, right? Deselect, go to metallic, select, it selects this. Okay, so deselect. All right, so we have added those things there, so we just have to go back to object mode, do the exact same thing we did for the computer screen. What we'll do is go back to the image of a lens that you downloaded. Okay, click on this image we downloaded it from the internet, and drag it in to here, and a node is formed. Okay, now take it and plug it to the base color. All right, now you see that it's funny, it's not showing very well. Now what you do is you just okay, let's click on this top again. You see, once your pointer changes, click on it, drag it down again to create another screen, so you can have multiple screens. And click on this, go to UV editor, so you see how the UV is actually interacting with it. Go to tab, go to edit, and go to select, and see how the UV is working. Okay, all right, so the UV is not unwrapped. We need to unwrap it. I told you need to unwrap editing on 3D space to apply a 2D image on it. Okay, so press U, and go to unwrap, okay, because this is a straightforward circle. It's just one piece, okay. When it has multiple pieces and edges that is put just like a whole phone, that's where you go to smart UV unwrap, okay. So but this is single, so just press unwrap and it unwraps it, okay. Now unwrapping means this lens has to fit exactly, with this for it to look good, okay. So you come here, put your pointer here, press A to select everything, press S to scale it down, and scale and stop. Press G to grab and move it around to fit into just around the edge there, and that's it. Click once to cut it out. Now if you look, you see that the lens is actually, it's looking like it's in there now. So press tab, objects, okay, and click out. Now you can see that there's a lens inside the glass. So the transmission we have, the glass is still there. By increasing transmission to 1, it gives the glass surface. Then reduce the roughness to 0.01. That makes it reflective like a glass. Then we can go ahead and added this, and you see that it actually, we can see through the glass and see the lens image. Good. Now the next thing we're going to do is to add this, because I believe that this is a lens. It's not a lens, it's a flashlight, so it has its own texture to it, right? Good. So we need to add it as well for our own guy. Okay, it's just not supposed to just be a white thingy, and I think it's even bigger now I'm thinking about it. So I have to just make it a little bigger, okay. It should be a little bigger than this. So press S to scale it up a bit, yeah, just bring it up a little bit. Now how do you deal with this? Exactly the same way you dealt with this. So go to tab, go to edit, and click on the center. Make sure your face is selected. Click on center and hold control and press plus to keep increasing the selection. All right, just increase the selection to where you're okay with. I think, let's make it here so it stops here. All right, just stop it here. Then we need to add another material. This first one has taken care of the whole white, okay. The flash is not the whole white, just want to add it to the front here. So this is the whole white of the flash. Okay, let's rename this flash surrounding. Don't mind me, I just call it what I want. Then I have to create another one for this and call it flash center. Click plus, assign, click assign, so it assigns it to this, okay. Sorry, click new first to create a material, then click assign to assign the material to this, then call this flash center. Good. Then this is what we're going to unwrap, okay. We'll unwrap this. You can see it's just a circle, so that's how I know it's not unwrapped. It has all these things in it, but it's not here. That's how I know it's not unwrapped, okay. So you press U, just press unwrap. I can see it's properly unwrapped on this flat page. So what do you do? Go back to images you downloaded and select the flash. This is the flash image of an iPhone, and take it and drop it here, okay. Bring it in here, and it's here. Then connect it to this. So you see, now look, zoom out, you see that it's bigger than this, so this blue is showing. So press A, press S to scale in and make sure it covers the areas, and then press G to just adjust it. Hold it and adjust it. S again, and yeah. So when you now press tab, come out of the edit mode, you see it has it. Now we need more details. So what I'll do is I'm going to make it a little bit more reflective, and by doing so, we're going to just take this reflection down a little. Roughness, make it roughness down, bring it down, so it's a little bit more reflective, okay. But we still need this to have some more text. If you look at this image, it has some greaves, like it has a strong texture. This is flat. This is just a flat image, okay. We want it to have that kind of, the real texture of this. So what do? We are going to come here, click on this, all right. Press Shift D to duplicate the texture. Shift D is what I used to do that. Then press 2 to make it a texture of its own. If not, whatever we do here will affect this one. So make it 2, click this 2 to make it a separate texture of its own, so they're no longer linked together. Then come here. What we're going to do, we're going to use this to run what we call a bump map that will create these bumps. All right, it's not going to affect the color, just the bumps. So we're going to change this color space is sRGB is for color, change it to non-color because we're not affecting the color anymore. Anything that is not going here to this base color should be non-color. Okay, fine. Then press Shift A, go to bump. All right, click on bump, take the color from here, put it in height, reduce this a little, reduce this to up to 0.1 something. Okay, and take the normal and plug it on normal and watch what happens. You see, we've gotten the what we're looking for. You see there? Good. So it gives us that. Now we can let it go, or if you want, you can still come in here and make the transmission, just make it a little glass-like, because I think these guys have a little glass-like look to it. So you can come to transmission, click on it, and increase the weight to 1, all the way to 1. Okay. Okay. No, if that's not good. So just leave it, make it like not all the way to 1, maybe like yeah, 0.4. 0.4 is fine, not all the way to 1. All right, 0.4 is okay. All right, and then reduce the roughness again. Very well. Okay, good. All right, so that is that. Now, if you really want it to look, if you really want a glass covering to cover it because you want more detail, that's okay. Press tab, go to edit mode, take this, as this is selected there, press Shift D to duplicate it. It's out, duplicate it, press escape to leave it there, and press P. P is to separate it from the original one. Press selection. Okay, to ask you how do you want to separate it, click on select, so it separates the one you are selected. Okay, then press tab. Okay, in case you don't understand, then press Ctrl Z. It's selected back. Press P to ask you to separate. Okay, click on selection. All right, so you are separating from the only the thing you are selecting right now, which is this circle. All right, click on it to cut it out. Then press tab, and now if you click here, it's on its own now. It's on its own. Okay, so you can just bring it out a little bit forward. This is just for those of us that want more detail, a little bit forward. And you can now go ahead and remove all this material. For this, you can go ahead and click and delete this material. And this one, you can press 2, so that it's the material on its own. You can now go ahead and delete all this and press delete. Okay, then come here and increase the transmission to 1. All right, so that it's like glass. All right, you can see through. But when you are looking at Eevee or Look Dev, there's a problem with seeing through. So you go to the material section here. You have to go here and change the surface. Sorry, you have to click on this, change it from cycles to Eevee. Then you are going to go to materials here, take it down, change blend mode. Okay, from materials, go to blend mode, change it from this to alpha hash. Okay, and go here as well, and okay, just go change it from alpha hash to alpha blend, either of them, alpha. Okay, alpha hashed. All right, so it seems we are not still seeing anything there, right? That's fine. So but if we go to under this area, we should okay, we can change this to alpha clip or alpha blend. But I think it's a problem with Eevee. But we'll click here. If we go to cycles, click on cycles render, you should see the flash behind it. All right, you should see the flash behind it. You should see that, right? You should see that. Well, it's a lot grainy, okay? But you should see that there, right? You can see it, right? Good. So let's just leave that. Let's leave that. Or if you're not comfortable with it, you can just go ahead and just you know reduce the alpha a little bit so that it's a little transparent. Okay, alpha will go ahead and make it a little transparent so you can see it from here. Okay, reduce the alpha so you can see it from here, right? You can see the reflection and all that. Okay, good. So we have been able to add the lenses and add all that. So this is how you texture. Okay, this is how you texture a phone. All right, in Blender. This is how you texture in Blender. So this is basic texturing in Blender, and yeah. So if you have any questions, you can drop it in the comment section. And the next class, I would go ahead and we'll go into the physics simulations. We'll go talk about simulations. We'll look at rigid body physics, and we'll look at some other simulations, some air simulations, cloth simulations. If you're excited about simulations, we're going to be handling that by the next class. Okay. All right. Nice talking with you guys, and see you at the next class. Thank you.